So today we are going to start with this topic, magnetic field at a point on the axis of a circular current carrying loop. So we have let's see, this is the loop, which is a circular loop which is carrying current, and suppose this current is flowing in this direction and the current amount is I. Now for this loop, suppose this is its axis. So at a certain point P on its axis, we have to find what would be the magnetic field. So suppose this is the point P. The radius of this circular wire or circular loop is R. Suppose this is the center O and this is the radius R. Now we are considering two small element, current carrying element, which is of length dl, small element. Suppose this side, this element starts from A to point B, and this one from A dash to point B dash, both are of same length. But if you see this side, the current is flowing from A to B, whereas this side the current is flowing from B dash to A dash. So let's suppose this is the center O, and the distance from this A dash B dash to P is A, and from here to here is also A, same distance, and from O to P this distance is X, right? So now we start to calculate this. As we know that if we calculate A from this triangle, this you can calculate A would be equal to R square plus X square root, that I can write it as half. Now suppose this angle we call it as alpha, then from this triangle you can write sine alpha will be R by A. So when we have these things, let's try to derive according to our Laplace law, or according to, you can also say, Biot-Savart's law. We know that at a point P from a current element, there are two elements here. So we will separately consider one element. So suppose we take this AB element, and due to AB element there would be a current or there would be a magnetic field at P. Let's calculate that magnetic field, which will be dB equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl sine, this theta will be alpha, sine alpha, by this distance is A square. So this is according to Biot-Savart's law, and this will be, suppose this is along since this you have to check the direction of this magnetic field. In case of AB, you see the current is flowing in this direction, and we know if current is flowing in this direction, then according to Ampere's rule, or according to the rule, we know that the magnetic field would start to move in this direction. So we can say that the magnetic field direction would be like this towards TM, right? So same way, this we have calculated due to the section AB. The same way we can calculate due to A dash B dash, and this magnetic field dB, again this will be the same, mu naught by 4 pi I dl sine alpha by A square. This is the same thing, but you see only this case the direction of current is this side, this case the direction of current this side, because current is moving this way. So this will be just at the opposite direction. Suppose this is in n direction. So this, the magnetic field due to A dash B dash would be in the direction of Pn, whereas the magnetic field due to AB would be in the direction of Pm. Now we take these two, and we take this two magnetic field and we try to take their vector quantities. So suppose if we divide this magnetic field which is towards Pm, suppose I am drawing here, this is towards Pm, this is the magnetic field dB. I can divide it into two portion. This will be, suppose this is alpha, angle alpha, then this will be dB cos alpha, and this will be dB sin alpha. And exactly in opposite direction I have Pn, in the direction of Pn, the magnetic field due to A dash B dash. And if I divide this also will give me two part. This is dB cos alpha again, and this is dB sin alpha. This is due to the A dash B dash current, and this is due to AB current element. This current element gives me Pm direction, and this current element gives me Pn direction. Now since you see these two, dV cos alpha and dV cos alpha, they are equal and opposite direction, so they would cancel each other, and the net magnetic field will be dV sin alpha twice, which will be in this particular direction, which is suppose direction of Px. This is the same x direction, this is the Px direction. So therefore this is my effective magnetic field that is working out due to these two opposite directional current element in a circular loop. Therefore my magnetic field will be this plus this, as they are adding up together, they are all in the same direction, so they will be adding up together. Then I can write my total magnetic field is 2 dB sin alpha. Now I just substitute this, so I can write it as 2, or you can just summation it, mu naught by 4 pi I by A square. In the place of sin alpha I substitute R by A, and in the place of dl I will just take the summation of dl, because this is the summation of the whole thing. And if you take summation of dl, it will be half of the whole circular distance, that is 2 pi r. So half of 2 pi r is nothing but pi r. So when we substitute, we get 2 mu naught by 4 pi I a square into a, it becomes a cube. This is r, and in the place of dl we will write pi r. So totally my magnetic field becomes B equal to 2 mu naught by 4 pi I pi r square by a cube. In the place of a cube I can substitute this value, which is nothing but r square plus a square 3 by 2, right? So this is the magnetic field that we calculate due to this circular loop, which is in the direction of OX, which is the summation of these two magnetic field due to these two elements. Like that, the two elements for all the, if you imagine this whole circular loop is the summation of all the small length element. That's how we have taken the total summation of length element, and finally we have taken the magnetic field B, which is this.
If you like the video, then press the like button, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon.